Hi everybody, April in Arizona here. Hey, I know it's been a while since I posted a video. I haven't been hiking a lot of things going on in my life, but I want to show you what I have been doing to try to keep in shape and hopefully give you guys some tips on other things that I do here in Arizona. All right, so first things first. Installed new drip irrigation. Well, let me start first. We bought this property that adjoins ours to the north. It's 5 acres. An acre of it is fenced off, and our friend who owned it, she's a master gardener, and she planted a lot of trees and bushes and a garden, and there's all kinds of stuff in here. And she had installed drip irrigation a long time ago, but it was old and it was leaking and crazy. So we had bought this property last year in April, towards the end of April, and I got some stuff done, but then the weather got too hot and the work really slowed down. So anyways, this year I started about the beginning of February, and because I knew I wanted to replace this drip irrigation. So I just want to show you this. This is our first run. We actually have 3 zones. Here's the timer. This one, it should go off today. And it doesn't look like it. All right, well, I'll mess with it. These timers you can set the date, the time, how long you want to run it for, and this is where the new drip irrigation starts. And underneath this mat is my connections. Okay, so I have 2 lines that do this zone. They run pretty straight. End caps at the end, but no other connections, okay? So this is the only one, and the reason why I did not bury it is because if we're going to have any major leaks, it's going to be right here. So, because it's a T and everything. So I've put this mat on top of it just to protect it from the sun. Eventually we're going to bury everything. So it just protects it from the sun. And so I have it buried underneath the pathways here, and it's not buried. And as you can see, I have grass, but that's for another time. So each, depending on the tree, this is some kind of a nectarine tree. We're not sure, but it's not a peach. Our peaches have already, we have 1 peach tree and it already bloomed. But anyways, if you can see down in here, these are, where is it? Right here, that's a 2-gallon an hour button dripper. And I have 1, 2, 3 on this tree. This tree is approximately, I don't know, 6 feet tall. I don't think it's 8 feet tall. Might be 7. Anyways, I just from looking online, and Rain Drip System has a booklet, and that's how it helped me to figure out how many drippers, what gallon, and then the way I have this designed, I can always add to it if I need to in the future. And so we have a bush over here that has 1-gallon drippers. The smaller the bush, like over here I have 2 1-gallon drippers on this bush here. There's a ranger bush that has 2 1-gallon drippers. Yeah, 2 1-gallon drippers are there. There's a ranger bush there and a ranger bush here. We have some little pines, and it should be running. I put 2-gallon drippers on this one because it's eventually going to get big and I don't want to have to change it later. 2-gallon drippers. So one route line is running through there. Here's the second line. And we have a tree here that'll get watered as soon as I get the water on. I don't know why it's not coming on. This is a little dwarf peach tree here. And there's, I have two 2-gallon drippers on that. And over here, some kind of cedar tree. And this has 4, because of its height, 4 2-gallon drippers. And that's the end of this particular line. And then over here, we have a little bitty oak tree. And you can't see them. I have them buried under. Here's one here. Right there. There's a 2-gallon dripper. And I think I have 4 on this one. But it's a pretty little tree. So this is the first zone. And I have the timer set up so they run 4 hours at a time right now and every 3 days. That's why I'm not sure why that time I didn't get that timer set right, because it should be starting. So here's a willow, and that has 4. You can see this is where it ends. And so I have an end cap right there. Always make sure that those end caps are on good, because when you first turn your water on, it can blow them off. Over here, and this has 2 lines. I don't know if you can see them. There's one that runs here, and there's one that runs over there. And this is all on one faucet. These are willows, and there's 4 gallons, 4 2-gallon drippers around those. This is a little saguaro. It was in a pot, and I transplanted it. That poor baby. We'll see if it makes it. I have the water on the outside so that the roots will come out to the edge. And once a week, because I just transplanted it, I've been giving it like a bucket of water or half a bucket of water. Just to, I hope it makes it. Anyways, here's a mulberry tree. This is it should be a fruiting mulberry, but I've heard that fruiting mulberries are illegal here in Arizona. I don't know. We'll see. We have non-fruiting mulberries at the main place. This is a grape here. I just have one 2-gallon dripper on that, and that needs to have a trellis. That's another future plan. This is an elderberry bush. And you look at these cool flowers. And this is Roger's favorite bush. And anyways, this has 4 2-gallon drippers on it. So think about it. If it has 4 2-gallon drippers, that's 2, 4, 6, 8 gallons. So it's getting 8 gallons an hour. And we run it for 4 hours. So those are the calculations. This is a baby pomegranate bush that has 2 1-gallon drippers, which will, as it gets bigger, will be changed out for 2-gallon drippers. I have this gorgeous rose, and that has a 2-gallon dripper that comes off. And then this is a Chinaberry tree. This is poisonous, dudes. You can't eat the berries, which I'm really sad. Even the birds don't eat the berries. But it gives great shade once it gets all its leaves. But this has 4 2-gallon drippers on it. This is the tombstone rose. And it is a thornless. It is thornless from what I can tell. But just beautiful flowers. I don't think they smell, do they? Lightly. And these have a different name. And this one has not been trained, and it will get trained. That's another future project. Anyways, here we are at this connection. And there's the timer. And it comes down, and I did the same thing. 2 lines to a T. Okay, and then that line is buried and goes to this. This is a peach tree we figured out this year. And this was loaded with flowers. So I don't know. I don't know much about fruit trees. You can see where the flowers were, so hopefully we'll get some fruit this year. It's about a 4 or 5 year old tree. And yeah, I'm still learning. I'm still learning about pruning fruit trees. And anyways, you can see I have the lines buried because this is where we walk, this is where we drive Roger's scooter all the time. And then you can see all the old stuff that I've pulled up. Hopefully I can repurpose a lot of that over at the main place because we have trees over there that we water with hoses and it's kind of a pain in the booty. And then this is our last zone, and this just has just one line coming off of it. And it starts here and it feeds these bushes. Here is this is a locust tree, and this rosemary was grown out all the way to this path. And we noticed these irises. You notice this beautiful clump of irises over here. Well, they spread themselves over to here, and you couldn't see them. And so, I don't know why that got buried. Anyways, so this has the drippers, and there's a dripper that goes in there. This is a pot system where it's two that Fina had installed. It's two clay pots on top of each other, sealed. And you put your water thing down in there, and the water saturates through the clay pot right directly to the roots of the plant. And she has that in several places, and I've utilized it here. She's got one over here that I utilized for watering. I don't know what this little bush is, but it's getting its leaves. And so I got drippers on all of this. Over here, this is a honeysuckle bush, and it's huge, and it's even like trying to spread on the ground. So this has 3 2-gallon drippers that just go straight in. And I think there's catnip growing in there. I don't know what. And desert broom. I hate those bushes. And then this has gotten all overgrown. All that grass will come out of there, and I'll figure out something to put in here. And there's some flowers. I love these flowers. You'll see these growing alongside the roads and highways here in Arizona. Aren't they gorgeous? And then these are flowers down here too. They haven't gotten anything. And then here's another little oak tree. And this has 4 2-gallon drippers on it. And it goes over here. This is a smoke tree. It's very unusual. It gets its leaves right up at the top. And its flowers look like puffs of smoke from a distance. Alrighty. I don't know what that is. This is a sage bush. This has 2 2-gallon drippers, one on this side, one on this side. She planted a little magnolia tree there. I don't know what's going to happen with that. We're leaving it be, but it's getting some water too. And you can see I've been digging in here. There was grass clumps. I've been working on that. Another pretty bush. I have no idea what it is. I'll come back to this. I don't remember what this bush is. She told me. And then we have these cedary type trees. Those are flowers down at the bottom. But these will provide a windbreak. Not that we get a lot of wind from the north, but so it goes all the way over here. Goes back behind here. And all this line will be buried. I'm going to bury all of it. Not deeply, but just enough to protect it from the sun. This is bamboo, so we're not really happy with it. It just grew here by itself. People over that way have bamboo. And so I'm giving it some water, but it's not something that I like. And then the end of the line comes over here to this tree here, which is, we have not figured it out. It is either a sycamore or a cottonwood or something in between. So it looks dead, but it has, my husband's like, it's dead, it's dead. And I'm like, no, it's not dead. But it has these little buds. So this is where it ends. This willow died last year. I don't know if it was getting too much water or not enough water. I don't know, but that'll be coming out. And okay, so let's go back to where I said, oh, I'll get back to this. So I just finished this irrigation Tuesday. No, Monday. I just finished it on Monday. So it ran this morning for 4 hours. All right, so this is what I'm doing now. So you see the hole in the ground. I have to transplant some rose bushes. And so this perfect, nice empty spot right here, nothing's growing. So I did a big hole. Yeah, I don't know, it's about 1.5 feet deep. I've put all the dirt in the wheelbarrow. And I meticulously went through and broke up clumps and pulled out any roots I saw. And I've pulled the mulch back from the edge. And then these are the rose bushes over here, because I don't want to run a water line over to here. And we may build something here later, so we're deciding. So here's one rose bush. This is a red one. This one is yellow. And then over here, hidden. This little baby here, that's a pink rose. So these 3 roses I'm going to be transplanting over here. There's going to be one where I dug the hole. There's going to be one here in between those 2 bushes. And then I'm going to move the 3rd one to over here between the smoke tree and the sage. And what I'm doing, you know, and I'm not an expert. I've grown things for many years. And I'm still learning about growing things here in Arizona. But this is what I'm doing. I'm going to take this native soil that was in the hole, and I'm going to mix it with some raised bed potting soil and some fertilizer. And I'll sprinkle a little bit in the bottom, and I'm going to pour water in the hole so it can get good and saturated. And then dig up the rose bush, bring it over, and then backfill it with this amended soil. And then I'll leave like a little bit of a moat, not very deep, around the outside edge of the rose. And I'm going to run a 1/4-inch piece of soaker hose over around the outside of that. And then all this mulch will get pulled back in and covered. So that's the plan for each rose. So wish me luck. I hope they survive. We'll just keep trying. But that's what I'm doing, and I will show you as I get a little bit more done. All right, thanks. Bye.